adding intrigue to your campaign through player character secrets. Welcome to my channel. I focus on tabletop role-playing games, video games, and science fiction. One way to immerse your players into your campaign world is to add intrigue through player character secrets. Now, what I call player character secrets are little plot hooks the dungeon master or game master introduces to each player character. Each player character has his or her own secret. The dungeon master or game master doesn't share the secrets, and in fact, if you do it right, the players don't know that they each have a secret. That you take each one aside and you talk to them about their characters and you give them a little bit of a plot hook. At the start of the campaign, you prepare a narrative for each player character. For example, as a young player character is preparing to leave for his first adventure, his father tells him, "Your uncle wants to see you." And you've always known that your father has never been particularly close to his brother, and you've always been told to avoid your weird uncle. But your father had said you ought to go see your uncle before you leave. So you go over to your uncle's huge mansion. He invites you in and says, "I have something for you, young man." He says he rummages through the miscellaneous junk on his shelves along his wall, and he finally finds it, and he says, "Here it is." And he pulls out a small wooden box, and he opens it up, and there's this tarnished brass ring. Looks a little gaudy, but it's that there. And he says, "Here it is." And he tells you, when you get to the big city, he says, you got to look for this particular symbol. And he shows you how he opens up the top of the ring, and inside the top of the ring is a carved rune. He says, when you see that in the window, you got to go in there. And he says, go into the proprietor, flip open the ring, show him, and tell him that your Uncle Morty sent you. And he says that Uncle winks at you, reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small stack of gold coins. Winking again, he says, "You'll need a little spending cash." So this gives you an interesting question. What is this ring about? It says the uncle, he says, "Shh, don't tell anybody else about the ring." Okay, so now you've got a hook for a player character. Now that one's specific to a man. You could change the pronouns and do it for some other gender. I'll leave that up to you, but you could. So you find this ring, you have this. What is it about? You could guess. But as a dungeon master, you can think of various hooks that this could lead you to. So the idea is to provide each player character with some additional unique background. Your players may have come up with unique backgrounds for their characters, but now you've introduced something in there that they don't know. This is a secret. They found something. The player characters can reveal it to other members of the party, or they can keep it secret. In one campaign I ran, the character's mother said, came up and said, "You see these candles," and opened up a box and showed the player character these grayish looking candles. And she said, if you ever happen to find some of these, when you're out on your adventures and you see someone with some of these candles, go up to them and say, "The night is dark and candles do not provide much light. Only the brightness of one's belief can keep one safe through the grayish mists of the night." Interesting little plot hook. What does it mean? It's up to you. I've had these introduce various secret societies, various secret rituals, things like that. This allows you to add interesting little hooks may not be magical. In the case of the ring, it wasn't magical. In the case of the candles, they were just candles that were made of a particular beeswax with certain other colorings that were put into them. They were secret, but they were not magical. Some of them actually could be, depending upon how you want to play this, possessing some of these things could be illegal, could get you into trouble. Various whole host of interesting little plot hooks to add intrigue to your campaign in a simple way, and you can do it at the very start. When a player character is introduced to the campaign, you can drop these in, and they may not run across, like with the candles, they may not run across someone with those candles for many adventures. And then you may even have to remind them of that. Oh, and you say, oh, those look familiar, though you've seen those kind of candles before. Or you may, with the ring, it says, oh, there's this funny little rune in the side of the window of one of them. And only that character will know. And it gets the characters wrapped up looking for things in the world that fit their secret knowledge. Adding secret knowledge to each player character has some interesting options. Does that mean that the character may go off on his own or her own and try to find the secret, to find out more? Do they tell the rest of the party when they find something, or do they go investigate it themselves, or do they only tell one or two players? This is an interesting way to cause the party to split and fracture in an interesting way. Because it says what factions are in there. You could actually have various factions that dislike each other that they don't even know they dislike each other, based upon the secret knowledge that they have. I like to do these types of things in my campaigns, where there's secret knowledge that one character knows that the others don't. And the players have to decide, do they reveal this? And what does it mean to reveal this? Because telling secrets, do you tell secrets? Now, are you trustworthy? Can you be trusted to keep secrets? And so on. So, have you done this in your campaign? Have you been in a campaign where the dungeon master or game master has added these types of intrigue into your campaign? Would you like to have those? I'd like to hear your comments and add some comments below. Thank you for watching my video. I look forward to learning what you think about this video. Let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, press the thumbs up button. You can subscribe by clicking the link in the lower left. If you are interested, there are links to more content.